Hello, so my name is Kausha Trivedi, and this is my demonstration of the Elasticsearch full text search assignment. I've implemented this using the link that is provided uh, in the tutorial. So basically, initially I've just downloaded the starter Flash project, and then I've created a virtual environment and install all the dependencies. So based on the requirements.py present in the starter Flask project, I created a virtual environment and downloaded all the packages, installed all the packages that were required. And then basically when I run the flask.reindex, what it does is that it deletes the old index and creates the new one and loads the data.json into the Elasticsearch. So basically the data.json here contains these fields. So these are the objects with a certain field. And now taking a look at the code, initially this is search.py, which is basically a class that encapsulates the Elasticsearch operations. The first is the init, which is basically initializing the Elasticsearch instance. So here I've used this URL. What I've done is that I've hosted the Elasticsearch on my Docker. And then if you see, if I go to this port, I think I already have this open. Yes. Um, so basically in here, we can see that the Elasticsearch instance is running as per expected. Then after that, the other function that we have here is the create index, which basically deletes the old indexes and creates the fresh ones. Then we have the insert document, which basically uses the bulk API to insert all the documents efficiently into the index named my documents. Then we have the reindex function, which basically loads the data from the data.json and then calls the insert document, um, which basically kind of loads the data from the like. So basically reindexing loads the data from data.json. Then we have the search function, which is one of the most important methods because it forwards the queries, filters, aggregation, and pagination parameters directly to the Elasticsearch using the query arguments. Then we have the retrieve document, which basically fetches the a particular single document or a single object when the user clicks on it from the UI. So then the other file that we have is the app.py, which basically implements all the search logic and filtering. The very first thing is the extract filters. So basically this function scans the user input, um, and then here in this case, the two things that we are filtering based off are the category and the year field, wherein uh, on category it's a term filter, whereas when it comes to the year, it's more kind of a range filter on the updated at date. Um, uh, then we have the handles. So this is basically for rendering the index.html. Then we also have the handle search function, which basically reads the user query. And so this is for reading the user query, and then runs the extract filters, which basically kind of filters off the data based on the fields. Then we build a boolean query. So if the user has a typed text, so if we have a parsed query, Then what it does is it uses the multi-match functionality, whereas if we do not have that, so there is no text, then we use match all. So if there is some text, then these are the fields that we kind of match it with. But if we do not have anything, then we use match all, so basically matching it with everything. um, then after that we add filters under the boolean filters. So if you see, we have a query here as well. Then there is pagination. So what pagination does is, uh, it is kind of when your content uh, is more than your page size, then we use pagination. So we use the concept of from and size. Then we have the aggregation for facets. So basically the aggregation here done is based on the category and the year. Then after that, the other what this, and at the end, after doing the facets, what it does is it renders the index.html based on whatever query the user has expected. Then we have the get document, which is basically when you click on a particular link, then this function fetches the full content and shows the document.html file. So this is just for showing the data of one particular document or one particular object. So we can then go to the UI. So here if you see, the very first functionality is the basic search, wherein if we just search here work from home, then based on the score, the similarity score, it is from the maximum to minimum. It returns the documents. Then if you want to see the data of a particular document, then we can just click it, and in that case we can see all the details of that particular document. Then there was a case wherein if there is no input provided, then it matches everything rather than multi-matching. um, After that, if we see, here we can also do pagination. So here the size of the page can only contain one to like five documents, but we can click on, so we can just click on next to see the next file. So it updates the from parameter and requests the next batch of results based on whatever the page size that we have mentioned. After that, we also have filters. So we, for example, we can add a filter, something like, we can add a filter on the category. So something like this. Yes. So I want to see the category GitHub, and then like a term or something. So if you see here, the category, there was a match with the category GitHub. So basically here what it does is based on the cat on what we can also do is we can just remove it. So remove this particular term, so it just matches with everything that has a category GitHub. Apart from that, what so we can also check the faceted functionality as well, wherein the Elasticsearch automatically generates a category of the facet counts. So these are all the categories that are present, and how many counts of documents are there for this particular category. Similarly for year as well, the count is present. So if I just click on 2018, so all all the documents with this work from home um, text there of that this particular year range would be present based on their um, based on whatever's the maximum score would be the first one to be there. So in conclusion, this concludes my implementation for the full text search, including the indexing, querying, pagination, filters, and Faceted Searches. Thank you for watching.